Jackie, you going to...
Hello, this is Jackie B. Peterson, and welcome to the preview of our program, Best Beginnings. And I want to thank my sponsor, host, co-presenter, Gina Morris. Just happy to have you here, Gina, and that you've invited your clients to share this most important information. So, listeners, let me share a little bit about Gina. Gina is an entrepreneur and a small business advocate and educator, as well as a PR and event specialist. She's just absolutely passionate about cultivating creativity. Gina enjoys inspiring others, connecting people to resources to further their projects and goals. She uses her analytic and communication skills just kind of suss out the blocks to get people and their projects on track with clear goals, reinvigorated and ready to take on their dreams. She's very, very good at that. Her great experience as a professional performing artist, small business owner, and educator allows her to understand the many moving parts that make a business thrive. Gina, welcome. I'm thrilled to be on the air with you today.
Thank you so much, Jackie. That is just the best introduction. I'm going to have to get that transcript and use it in my LinkedIn profile. My goodness.
Sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. Well, listeners, as you know, I have a brand new offering that's called Best Beginnings. And we're going to start our Best Beginnings webinars in February. And I think this new product is life-changing for the new entrepreneur. It's based on a method I've developed over the last 15 years called Better, Smarter, Richer, and have used with my personal clients and while teaching and advising at the Small Business Development Center in Portland, Oregon. Today, I want to introduce all of you and Gina's followers to this method. I'll explain how and why I saw the urgent need for Best Beginnings, and then I'll talk about how Best Beginnings works and why it is different from any other approach to starting a business. And being on with Gina, I'm hoping Gina will just add stories and add life experiences as we go along, because boy, I know she's got plenty of them with all the creatives that she's worked with over the years. So a few housekeeping notes. I want to encourage our audience to ask questions as we go. You can type them right into the chat box, and my colleagues will pass them on to me for discussion. One of my colleagues live on the air with us today is Susan Taylor. Do you want to say hello, Susan?
I do. Hello.
Hi, Susan.
Yeah. Susan's kind of like our referee. You know, she kind of makes sure we keep order and keep on track. And, you know, if I get beebling, she pulls me back. So it's really great.
I don't think you don't beeble, Jackie.
Oh, good.
I've never heard you beeble.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. So ask as we go. But if you wish, you can wait till the end. We're going to have, time at the end, and we'll have time for everybody to get to their questions. And I also want to encourage you to stay until the end, as we have a very special offering for our audience today. And I'm so happy that we have such a large audience here. And I know you, like me, are eager to begin. So let's begin. Maybe you've heard about my groundbreaking solo business method, Better, Smarter, Richer. No one else is talking about my approach. Yet it works and has worked really well for thousands of my clients. But as millions of Americans, literally millions of Americans, are starting businesses, they're getting bad advice on how to proceed. They're told that unless they build a business based on the standard corporate structure, they will fail. The corporate approach requires that an entrepreneur build a business that will ultimately have him or her as the president, presiding over a company of managers and workers. If the initial spark for the business was to work hands-on and experience the joy of, say, creating hand-built pottery or delivering life coaching seminars, if you follow that traditional model, all the work you love is going to be done by others. In the traditional business model, the founder spends his or her time managing staff and worrying about getting bigger and satisfying investors. Artists, consultants, healthcare professionals, and many others have no wish to abandon the creation of their product or service. So the approach of corporate structure has just led hundreds of potentially successful solos to just give up in despair. Now, I believe in your success. This doesn't have to happen. You do not have to give up. My method, the Better, Smarter, Richer method, makes it possible, even necessary, for the work, whether it be a product or a service, to be done by the expert, you. I am determined that the waste of invaluable talent must come to a stop. I hope you will stay with me for the next half hour or so to learn how you can fulfill your personal dream of a successful solo business. My clients often tell me that they love my solo business method, but they need help with the very beginning steps. They're unsure how to select the best business, how to overcome anxieties about asking for money, how to talk about themselves and their brand new business, how to manage the tasks that they know are necessary, but about which they know next to nothing. I meet literally hundreds of beginning entrepreneurs, and I realize that there is an urgent need for what I now call best beginnings, which is a safe and structured method to successfully begin a business, even if you have no idea what you might be best at or what you need to do to get started from scratch. Here's some of the things that our program answers. For instance, the thing, I have no idea what I want to do. People say, I've got lots of ideas, but no clue what will make any money. Gina, do you see that happen with your students?
Oh, so frequently. I was actually just going to jump in. I think this is one of the biggest stopping blocks for creative entrepreneurs. Is one of the things that defines us as creatives is our ability to be nimble and resourceful and good at a lot of things, but that strength becomes a real hindrance when you're trying to focus in on something that you want to become known for. And
Yes.
you become a blur in a person's mental Rolodex as opposed to a beacon of something that you really stand for and are excellent at, and that they should be directing other people to you for. So I think that starting from this foot is huge.
I've seen that again and again, and I love that. I'm going to use your analogy of a blur rather than a beacon. I'm going to add that to my notes because it's so true. And people are really confused. You know, they say, should I do this? Maybe this is a good idea. What if I fail? I can't pick one. And, you know, there's a lot of confusion that they're experiencing, and they're confused and confounded. Is this a good idea, they say? Will this make money? What should I do? Here's another barrier that stops people from starting businesses. They think, I'm afraid I'm going to have to raise a lot of money. Will I have to write a huge business plan, they're thinking? Will I have to raise lots of capital? Do I have to get in debt? Do I have to find a banker and a venture capitalist? You know, do I need to borrow? It just seems very daunting, and they're very fearful. This is a big one that comes up again and again. This stops people. They fear that they're going to have to hire employees in order to create a business. When I tell them that a solo business means that you can grow and succeed without hiring people, a look of relief absolutely crosses their faces. Yes, you can do this, and you can do it without hiring employees. The standard business model teaches that success lies in hiring others to do the work. But this will not work if you and you alone can create and deliver the product or the service you want to sell. And this is your clients for sure, Gina. Mm-hmm. Think music or writing or art. Too often creatives, encores, health service providers are told that being successful in a solo business is simply not possible. And I don't believe that is true. In fact, I know it is not true. And I have created a business method that allows the entrepreneur to be the entrepreneur doing what they love and not become an unhappy manager or an overworked, discouraged, unhappy business owner. We will teach you how to use the water bug model, our trademark business model that means you can get all the support you need to start and grow your business without hiring employees. And, in fact, that if you hire employees, you negate the tremendous benefits garnered from being a solo. You can grow a business without hiring employees. Hiring people to do your work is often presented as the only way to succeed in business. The work itself, whether a product or a service, is the bottom of the business pyramid. You know, the traditional shape of a traditional business model. It's a pyramid. And the entrepreneur is at the top directing the work, and the staff of managers and the people who are actually doing the work are at the bottom of the pyramid. Solos are not interested in and can't do this. They want to hands-on do the work, create the art, deliver the services themselves. And I've developed a method that ensures success without abandoning what you love doing, creating and developing your product or service, not managing staff. Here's another fear. I'm deathly afraid of marketing and selling. Being afraid of marketing is another fear that just stops people. Now, I'm an introvert, they say. I'm shy. I'm worried sick about having to market. This is
I
my
don't want
own
to
story.
sell out. That's what they want to say in my world too. I don't want to sell out. How can I talk about myself without feeling like I'm devaluing what I'm doing?
Yes. And if I'm doing it for money, maybe I'm not doing it for art anymore.
Yeah.
No. You know, my own story is to be a big introvert, and the tools that I'm teaching in Best Beginnings are many times the ones that I developed in my own life to learn how to market my services and how to sell to my target customers. So we're going to give you a series of tools that you can use confidently and enthusiastically to express yourself about your product or service. And being enthusiastic about what you do is the basis of any good, strong marketing. Then we're going to teach you some other tools that are going to help you feel confident. Such tools as knowing your unique value proposition, understanding your target market, and knowing that you can outsource to others to get help with your marketing administration, such as people who will do your social media, or keep your website up to date so that you don't have to do that. There's another fear. I just don't believe I'm good enough to have a business. Wow. I think this is often the direct result of programming from your corporate job over many years. Many parts of corporate America have a way of making you believe that what you have learned over the past 30 to 35 years of work is only valuable to them, that you don't know anything that is worth anything to anybody else. And I say, balderdash. You not only know things, you have a unique view of the world because of who you are and your life experiences. There is no other you on the planet. And I want to tell you there are potential buyers waiting for what you do and what you're going to bring to the marketplace. Best Beginnings is going to help you gain the confidence in what it is you have to sell because you know exactly what it is you have to offer and to whom. That knowledge will support you as you move forward. Okay, here's another fear. What if I have nothing new to offer? Others are already doing it better. There's competition out there, and I probably don't have anything to add to the body of work. Now, sometimes people say, well, there's just nothing new. But if you take the time to investigate and explore, you often find that what others who you think of as competitors are doing, that they're not offering what you plan to offer in exactly the same way. They're not planning their product offering to include the features and approaches you are planning in your offering. We're going to help you look closely at what is out there in the marketplace and distinguish what you have to offer from what is already there.
That's another really big point, Jackie, that you should emphasize. I think that what's out there is intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Have to understand it. Reaching out and seeing what exists in the marketplace, and look at the people you think are doing something that is similar to yours. Do you think they're doing it better? Why? What are they doing differently? What is different about your approach compared to theirs? Really digging into and facing that fear is a huge step toward being clear about what you are offering and why it is different.
And you know, Gina, when you're courageous enough to do that, inevitably what you find is gaps in the way that the product or service is offered, that your offering is going to fill,
Yeah.
and that people are looking for what is missing from the competition. And if we take a look at that, you can begin to understand what you plan to bring to market is unique and different and needed. And therefore, it's enough to build the foundation of a successful solo business. So, like the uniqueness we're talking about, Best Beginnings is different. Not just because we address all these concerns and worry, but because our approach is realistic, practical, 21st century, and grounded in years of coaching and easy to follow. We will be with you the whole way. Too often, creatives, encores, health service providers, consultants are told that being successful in a solo business is not possible. The better, smarter, richer method upon which Best Beginnings is based is a perfect for any artist, creative, professional, or consultant, and is also perfect for encores, those over 50 who want to spend their next 30 years doing what they love and securing their retirement finances. So I see this particular picture with the down to crust as what happens to many, many artists. They try to make a living at artists and wind up living on a starvation budget, an unsustainable, bare bones budget that doesn't allow for growth or physical or mental comfort. My method deals with this directly and finds a way for entrepreneurs to be comfortable while working at what they love. You can charge what you are worth, and furthermore, your business will really struggle if you don't charge enough. Best Beginnings will work with you and help you calculate a price and feel good about charging a fair price for your work, and will make your customers happy to pay it. You know, and today, there's many encores. People over 50, they're not ready to retire, maybe because they can't afford to retire, or because they want to keep working, this time doing something they really love. They're done settling for. My method allows encores to capitalize on the expertise they spent a lifetime acquiring. There are more businesses being created today by those over 50 than any other age group. We are living the longevity bonus, it's being called, an extra 30 or so years of life expectancy that's both a gift and a challenge. It's a gift because it's a new time of life when we can monetize what we've spent a lifetime learning, but it's a challenge because often people have to support themselves for an additional 30 years they didn't plan on. And I keep saying this sounds like an opportunity to me. In addition, Best Beginnings is experiential. Someone often starting a business is told that an extensive written business plan is the only way forward. Now, I just don't believe that. The successful entrepreneur, of course, must have a general plan of action, but it needs to be short, flexible, and ready to change from one approach to another based on customer interaction.
Okay.
The successful entrepreneur asks questions, analyzes the marketplace for what is not offered, and changes and adjusts that business to take advantage of exactly what is wanted and needed by his customer. Agility is the best way to find success, not being saddled to following a fixed and immovable business plan. So let's take a look at the lessons and what you will learn in the various 7 webinars. Number 1, what should I do? So we can take the mystery and confusion out of the initial step. A solo entrepreneur can run a successful business. It isn't accomplished by taking a magic pill. It takes hard work and deep introspection to be successful. First, you must focus on one thing. You cannot be an interior decorator and a massage therapist, or an attorney and a personal trainer. For your business to be successful, you must choose and present yourself to the world as one thing. Of course, you can continue to do your other activities, but do them as a hobby, and do not lead with them as a money-making enterprise. just one thing and be very good at it.
Jackie,
So
are you getting an echo?
I am.
I'm wondering if we should address this so that we can hear the rest of the webinar clearly.
That could be. We're getting quite an echo, technical people.
Yeah, and I think it's coming from Gina's end.
Is it?
I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm hearing phones ringing and all sorts of things.
Well, the phone did just ring. We got that taken care of.
But that means we're picking up the ambient sound in your room,
Okay.
not just what's coming through your microphone.
Let's see here.
It just went away.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Oh, no, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Still hearing too much extra noise, huh? Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I can, yes.
Are we getting an echo?
I don't think we're getting the same echo. Are we okay?
I can
yeah.
hear you, Jackie.
Are you getting an echo from me?
Yeah.
You're getting an echo from me. Okay, we're looking to see if there's
Just want to make sure we can hear the recording well later.
Yeah.
Should I try talking again?
I am really hearing a lot of extraneous noise from Gina.
I have the headphone plugged in, so it really should only be my microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, we're trying different earphones. Does that work better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still get an echo from you, Jackie. If it's not on the recording, that's just fine.
Okay. Want to move forward?
Let's give it a try. We can't delay too much longer.
All right. Sorry. Thanks, ladies, for fixing that.
Okay. I'm going to talk about that little cupcake frosting on the picture there. After you have created your focus, I want you to then find your sweet spot. This is a business idea where your passion for the work combined with your talent for the work intersect with a flow of revenue. In other words, enough customers willing to buy your work. Without all three of these elements, passion, talent, and revenue, your business is not going to work. Passion and talent aren't enough if no one is interested in buying what you have to offer. Passion and money aren't enough either, because without the skill and ability to provide your product or service, your business is doomed. And although this might be hard to believe, talent and money will not carry you through the hard work of starting and sustaining a business. You must have passion for your work. I will take you through a thorough process so that you can find your sweet spot. Here's a drawing of the Venn diagram of your sweet spot that will help you choose the right business for you. Then, once you've chosen your focus, I want you to dig deeper. If you are a massage therapist, decide to develop your expertise by, say, working with pregnant women or working with sports injuries. If you choose the interior decorating focus, focus on new homes or remodels or offices. One thing. Develop your skills and reputation in one area of your focus. Become known for one thing. Develop your expertise. Specialization and lead to financial success. So here's lesson 2. How should I begin? People still say that. Now, what should I do first? How do I just get started? Well, we're going to help you turn your idea into a business. In the second webinar, Best Beginnings will take you through the concrete steps you must take to turn your idea into an actual business. These steps involve naming it, creating the right form of business to suit your needs, registration, funding, and starting to offer services. So next, what's my product or service worth? If you're going to be successful, you must charge enough for your work. Gina, do you see this go on all the time, that people are afraid to charge enough money?
Oh, so frequently. It's one of the most common conversations we have is about charging what you're worth and how to price your work in general, knowing, again, what the market looks like. So what other people that are doing similar work are charging. How do you fit within that market with your, based on your experience, the uniquity of what you do, all the variables that make what you do special. And then how do you place that at a price point that is sustainable for your business so you can continue to produce what you'd like to produce, and also something that your customer will purchase. So finding, again, it's a sweet spot. It really always comes back to finding the sweet spot. You gather all the information, put it together, and find where things connect.
Yes. And you know, the wonderful thing about that is in Best Beginnings, we're not only going to help you name a price, but we're going to help you figure out how many items or units or engagements that you need to sell each month or each year or each week to reach that stasis, that sustainable portion that you want to have in your life, so that you know how many of these you have to produce or create in order to live the way that you want to. So I see that one of the biggest reasons that businesses fail is that they don't charge enough money for what they do. They're afraid of rejection. So here's the truth. I'm going to say this, and as you take the course, you are going to hear this again and again because it is so true. If you do not charge enough money, you will not be considered to be any good. How's that? And if you do not charge enough money, you just simply cannot afford to live the life you deserve. You cannot afford to invest in renewal and regeneration. You cannot outsource the help you need to look and be seen as more professional. It is absolutely critical. You have to get paid enough for your work. In Best Beginnings, we'll help you set the prices and the rates, and we will make you financially successful. We feel confident in helping you quote those prices and getting them from your happy, happy customers. In Best Beginnings, we're going to help you understand ways to offer packages of services so you're not even tempted to quote your work by the hour. No one ever buys just 1 hour of your time. Don't offer it. Have ways that customers can work with you that satisfy their needs and get you paid what you deserve. Here's a really strong point. You've got to learn how to articulate your value. I call it your unique value proposition. It's so important. One of the pillars, absolute pillars of pricing and marketing is your message. Being able to articulate clearly and succinctly what differentiates you from everyone else. Again, Gina, how does this work with your artists?
I think this is a challenge and something we work on really frequently, articulating what you do succinctly and not oversharing in the first interaction is a big piece of that too. How do you boil down what it is you want this particular person to know about what you do to start the conversation, and let it develop from there, but you don't need to squeeze in all of the things you're capable of and all of the various facets of what you're able to do in that first 3-sentence interaction. You need to say very clearly, yeah, this is who I am, this is what I'm known for, and this is what I'm working on right now, and that's it.
And this is what you get when you buy.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. This is what you can expect to get from me.
Yeah. We say again and again, you know, your customer really is not interested in all the things you can do or where you went to school or what you studied. What they're interested in is what they get working with you. That's what they care about. And so it's very, very important that you are able to clearly and succinctly distinguish and talk about what differentiates you from everybody else.
And so, you know, Jackie, too, it's not just that, it's what they get from you is what they remember, and it's what they tell the next person. So that's your first step in marketing.
Amen. Isn't that the truth? So we're going to work with you to develop your unique value proposition and then become comfortable saying it at every opportunity. Your unique value proposition is how you talk about yourself. What we know is that strangers will give you the gift of, are you ready? 4.2 seconds of attention span. Attention span is the most rare commodity in the world. When you are networking or talking to possible clients, you must interest them and intrigue them quickly and succinctly. Your unique value proposition not only focuses the conversation and gets people interested, it helps you stay focused and on track and helps you make decisions about how you're going to spend your rare and precious time. So here's lessons 4. How do my customers find me? Don't you love this picture? This is a big worry that often stops would-be entrepreneurs from starting a business. How do I find people who will buy what I have to offer? So remember, it's about getting your message, the megaphone, to those who need and want to hear what you have to say, the sleeping soldiers. In Best Beginnings, we're going to help you do exactly that. And we're going to help you answer that question, who is my customer? We talked earlier about one pillar of marketing being your unique value proposition. The other pillar is your target customer. Who exactly is it that you are marketing to? And I mean exactly. Remember, you do not have to sell to everyone. Only those most likely to buy from you. I always feel silly saying that. But let's figure out who that is. Can you describe them? Who are they? And who's most likely to buy from you? We do not have to sell to all 7.2 billion people on the planet.
No, you just need the 100 that actually care about what you do. That's so true. It's
Yes.
really important. Everybody wants to be, oh, everyone's my customer. I can make something that everybody wants. That's just going to shoot yourself in the foot, which is perfect for this
Yes.
next slide. But,
Yes.
but
Yes.
being really, really clear about who you're talking to makes a huge difference in your long-term success and longevity.
Yes. And trying to spend your precious time talking to the people, as I say, who are most likely to buy from you, that target. And if you want your marketing to hit the target in the bullseye, you have to know who it is that you are aiming for. So in Best Beginnings, we're going to help you determine who that person is and help you decide how to approach them so that you make the sales you want without having to sell to everyone on the planet. You can't anyway. So how do I speak the language of my customer? Now, I think already you can see that the ideas I'm talking about are radically different from standard business plans, remember, that are basically designed to raise money from a bank or venture capitalist to start a business. Traditional plans are full of detailed financial analysis, legal terms, and buyout options. They're geared to show growth in product sales and return on investment. This is not what a solo business is about. Certainly it is about making money, but it is also about joy and satisfaction. In Best Beginnings, we're going to help you not only identify your best target customer, but also teach you how to encourage them to become a happy referral source because you know their needs so well. They are happy to refer you to others who also need you. I call this surgical marketing. If you can be specific in your marketing, it's like surgery. In laser surgery, as a matter of fact, one thing important to remember is that the customers you are seeking, this is 21st century business, the customers you are seeking are also seeking you. That makes marketing a two-way street. We're not trying to shove something down a stranger's throat. We are trying to make ourselves visible to the people who are looking for us. So in Best Beginnings, we will work with you to be precise and clear so that you know who you want to work with and they can easily find you because you are helping them. In Best Beginnings, we're going to help you develop a specific marketing program and plan to find and sell the potentially best customers. Here's another question. Well, how do I grow? Am I eventually going to have to hire employees? So remember, no matter how small it is, this is a business. It is your business, and it needs to have financial information. It must have a pricing system, a set of books, invoices, cash collection plans, packages of services, and reports to you as the owner. so that you can hold it accountable to doing what you want it to do for you. You must hold it accountable to making money for you. Then you grow using the principles that I call the water bug model. Growing by outsourcing, growing by collaboration. In Best Beginnings, we will help you identify the tasks you should never do that should be outsourced to others and to outsource to other business owners on a B2B basis where work is being done by those who have a great interest in your success as opposed to employees who typically are resisting you. Your outsourced associates have a vested interest in your success and will help make your business better. Here's the water bug model. We talked about this a little bit. You know, when I was struggling with identifying and naming the basic principles that a solo must follow to achieve financial success, I was inspired by the water skimmer. It's their long legs that keep them atop the water, keep them from falling in. Our outsourced partners do the same thing for us. They perform administrative and financial and marketing services for us and help make our businesses more successful by making sure that we are able to devote the majority of our time to our primary work, the work that makes us money. So you love that little creature. So the Best Beginnings webinar series is designed to guide you through understanding the concepts of the Better, Smarter, Richer method and integrating them into every phase of your business, ideation, design, and implementation. Best Beginnings uses the 7 principles and recognizes that without a successful beginning, no solo business is likely to succeed. You've probably heard of many people who've started lots of businesses. The ideas came tumbling out as they take shots in the dark and hope to hit the target. Without thought, research, self-awareness, and a host of other steps, no business is going to be successful. But with limited money and time, solopreneurs just simply can't afford to waste those precious items with dozens of mistakes and false starts. An investment in Best Beginnings is going to save you, most likely, thousands and thousands of dollars in mistakes and blind alleys and turns that you should not be making.
And time.
Oh, yes, time. It is just so critical. And you can go down so many dead ends and blind alleys without guidance and help. Someone who can help you see where you really want to go. And you know, there's also a lot of people who are simply stuck. They know that they want to start a business, but they have absolutely no idea where to begin. So whether you have too many ideas for your business or none at all, Best Beginnings is for you. We talked about flexible and agile. I love this picture. Starting a solo business can be considered a cyclical process. Plan, do, check, act. This is totally the antithesis of long-term 40-page business planning. This idea originated as a principle of process improvement in the total quality management revolution. This is the process that we have adopted with Best Beginnings. Best Beginnings is designed around a successful method and a system. It isn't a magical process that guarantees you 6 figures in months, but it can give you a comfortable living doing exactly what you love in a relatively short period of time. You can live your dream and begin living it very late in life. I'm engaged with Best Beginnings students from start to finish, answering questions, lending encouragement, and a helping hand in the difficult parts. Best Beginnings is also a bundle of resources. The webinars include a package of worksheets that we'll talk about during the course of each webinar. You'll get that package. You'll be able to download it as part of your program registration. Then you can use them and work with them each week as we take on another lesson in the program. At the beginning of the next webinar, we will talk about the work you have completed and be sure that all your questions are answered before we go forward. Really a wonderful way to get your thoughts out on paper. Best Beginnings is really tailored just to you. I'm going to promise you that if you do your part working hard on the Best Beginnings system and the worksheets, that it will work for you regardless of what kind of work your solo business does. The secret of the Best Beginnings program is that it draws upon your life experience, your observations, your practical knowledge, and your skills. It assumes that you know a lot about your work. It supports you as you imagine, create, and develop the business you have always wanted. So who's going to benefit from Best Beginnings? So let's talk in a few minutes about who should sign up for this program. If you've always wanted a financially successful career and didn't know how to begin, Best Beginnings is great. One of the biggest stumbling blocks on the way to solo business is actually the starting process. There's a lot of things to think about and so many ways to make costly mistakes that waste both time and money. Best Beginnings can save literally thousands of dollars by guiding you to make sensible and profitable decisions about what it is best for you to pursue. I am sure that you've heard about the entrepreneur who made many false starts before finding the correct business. You've probably not heard from the entrepreneur who was defeated by these mistakes or ran out of time and money before finding the right niche, but they're out there too. Best Beginnings for you if you're an encore and want to enrich your retirement. Encores are particularly good candidates for Best Beginnings. You know, often encores are simply not finished when they reach the age of 65 and are retiring. They have more to give. They have unfulfilled dreams, or they simply must continue to earn to support their retirement. Best Beginnings provides a simple, low-cost way for encores to explore their options and begin implementing a sustaining and successful business. So how about the creative who wants to make money from their art? I find that creatives are especially vulnerable to failure, and especially if they follow the traditional business model. Artists must hands-on do themselves, whereas remember the traditional business model teaches you to grow by hiring other people. Artists cannot hire anyone else to make the art, but they must also do all of the rest of the standard business work. Somewhere in the growing burden of making art and managing a business, many artists are defeated and just give up. The Best Beginnings approach with the water mug model is especially beneficial to artists, not only because it's based on supporting the creative process, but also because it helps artists understand what they should be paid for their work and how to get paid fairly. You can make a living as an artist if you follow the steps in Best Beginnings. How about if you're a solo professional who just wants to make more money in your practice? If you're a solo professional, let's say you're an attorney or an accountant, a consultant, or a coach, Best Beginnings will help you narrow your focus on the right target customer for you. Name and articulate your unique value as a professional, understand how to find help during busy times without hiring employees, and charge enough money for success. Best Beginnings carefully lays out the relationship between your financial needs and your prices. You will be guided through ways to understand your competitors' pricing and how to position your pricing and services within the real marketplace. What about a healthcare professional? Say you're an acupuncturist or an ND, a massage therapist, a caregiver, a nutritionist, a nurse practitioner. Best Beginnings will help you focus your practice on the right customers and teach you to speak the language that attracts those customers. It is very important for health practitioners to properly package their services to generate the revenue you want and need, and charge appropriately for what you do, no matter what everybody else is charging. Best Beginnings will show you how to present yourself as worth the higher fees you deserve to be paid. Now, we know that pricing is an art. We will talk about the value of your experience, your talent, and your unique skill set, and encourage you to add those non-material elements into your pricing equation. We will offer some methods to overcome the fear of asking for what your work is really worth. Through the Best Beginnings program, we're going to encourage you to charge what you're worth. This is a combination of both practical and competitive research and self-confidence and taking the steps with support from us to overcome the fear and move towards financial success. The Best Beginnings team is a fabulous support network. Marketing in the digital age is as much about customer finding you It's about you finding your customer. We will talk about tools, methods, and approaches for you to use to make yourself visible and easy to find by the people to whom you want to sell. So this is the place where I am going to encourage you to take these steps that can change your life. The course begins in February, on February 4th at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And we will meet each Thursday for the next 7 weeks with a live online meeting. You will have homework and worksheets to use to think about and discover and design your business. You can
Jackie,
ask.
how long is each workshop?
Each workshop is an hour.
Okay.
And it's just, and then they have the worksheets to do. They have homework, okay? Because we don't get to all that in the class. So we get a lesson and worksheets and homework, and then come back the next week and how did you do? What did you have questions? And we then move forward when everybody's ready to move forward. Remember, you can ask questions and interact with others during the delivery of the new course material. Now, I've thought about this for a long time. And, a long time, even years, just like many of you have. And this is a no-risk way to discover whether a solo business will fulfill your dream. So I want to encourage you to take the step into the future and learn how to begin your new venture. The course costs $497 and includes 7 live hour-long sessions filled with information you can put to use immediately. If you want to re-watch any session, you can do that as many times as you wish. So we'll be recording, and if you want to go back every day and you want to go back after the course is all over, you can do that. We will make it continue to be available to you. It's not going to fall off the face of the earth, when we quit talking. And the completed workbook is going to be your roadmap to the best beginning for your business. Now, here's our special offer. We don't want you to delay. Do it now. And if you're one of the first 2 to sign up today, we're going to give you a 50% discount, bringing your price to $249, down from the $497. So if you're thinking about it, sign up now. When you go to register and sign up, use the coupon code B50. And the first 2 of you who do that are going to get a 50% discount. I'm going to remind you, Best Beginnings is a method and it's a system. It isn't magic. It is going to help you answer questions. It's going to give you support. It's going to move you towards the financial success that you want. I'm going to say you can have a good life, a comfortable living, doing exactly what you love. You can live your dream. You can begin living it late in life. I'm engaged with students from start to finish, answering questions, lending encouragement, helping you over the hard parts. I promise that if you do your part of the work, it is going to work for you regardless of what kind of work you want to do. If you register beyond the first 2 of you today and register through Gina's URL with this course, use coupon code B10 and you can get a 10% discount for the course, which is really pretty wonderful. So I'm done talking. Does anybody have any questions?
I just want to say thank you, Jackie. You have been my mentor in a lot of ways, but specifically in getting our boutique up and running, Radish Underground, which has been going strong for 7 years, and then continuing in my career path that has diverged from that. I can't express how valuable your mentorship has been, and I think it's amazing and wonderful that you are sharing your knowledge with such a wider audience now.
Thank you. I'm thrilled about that. This just makes my heart sing to do this, help people find success in their businesses. It's what I'm here for on the planet.
Well, I feel very honored and lucky to have found you, and I think that anybody else that gets to thank you, and anybody else that gets to interact with you is also going to be so very lucky and thankful, and this is just, it's worth every penny, and I hope that more people take on this model and learn to appreciate how valuable this knowledge really is.
Well, thank you. Have we got any questions out there? Susan, have you got any questions for me? I don't hear any.
You
I
did
would
such a
like
good
to
job
say-
explaining things.
I would like to say, Jackie, that the 50% discount is an amazing opportunity for people to really follow their dreams. And I think that, you know, people are reluctant to spend money on themselves. They're reluctant to spend money on their dreams when they're not really sure where it's going to take them. But I think this extraordinary 50% discount is amazing, and I really do hope that people recognize that and you know, take advantage of this generous offer.
Thank you, Susan. And Gina, thanks for your kind words. As I said, personally, I am so enthused about the opportunities I see available for people who maybe have always wanted to be an entrepreneur and never thought they could do it. And I'm going to say, yes, you can. You can be successful. There are lots of people learning this. The estimate is that at this moment in time, there are 30 million solopreneurs out there in the workplace. It's the new model for the 21st century. And I know solo businesses, successful solo businesses, are not simply small traditional businesses. They are a different entity, like we have talked about, and you can't just go out and you know, follow the traditional business advice and create a successful solo business at once without just running into lots of walls, lots of barriers, lots of angst, lots of problems. But if you do what we're talking about, we can mitigate those problems and really help you achieve financial success in a much more quick way. So I'm quite enthused about it. You know that from my voice. Okay, well, it doesn't look like we've got any other questions at the moment. Gina, I am so grateful to you for, you know, sharing your wisdom, your observations, and you know, your clients with us today. I just love what you're doing, and I think that Bridge Lab is lucky to have you, and I know how wise that you are. And Susan, thank you for your time and observations as well. Couldn't do it without you.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie.
So we'll talk to you next time, everybody. I hope to have you in the webinar series. Thanks and goodbye.